become someone people can count on. Hey everybody, I'm best-selling author Cheryl Hunter. When we don't keep a promise, it communicates to others that we don't really value them or even value ourselves because we chose to put something ahead of that commitment. Even when we break just tiny little promises, others start to learn that they can't count on us. Tiny little fissures create in the relationship that can ultimately break the relationship apart completely. When you consistently fulfill your promises, you're essentially aligning all the things that you say you would do with what you truly do, and people know that they can rely upon you, whether it's at work or with your friends or with your family. Now, problem is, sometimes that's easier said than done. So I've come up with a list of things that can help you do those things to become that person. Number 1, keep your promises realistic. Now, I'm not saying promise lame, little, small things. You can still stretch yourself, but contend for a moment with what it's going to require of you to fulfill your promises. Sometimes we get really excited and promise people the moon based in that excitement without really thinking about what it's going to take to fulfill it. Think first, then promise. Step number 2, keep your promises in sight. Now there's any number of ways to do this. You can put sticky pads all around with the promises that you've made, put a pop-up alarm in your calendar, do anything that will help you keep your promises literally in sight so that you remember what you've given your word to. Step number 3, report problems early. If you start to know that you're not going to be able to keep your promise, be in communication as soon as possible. See if you can come up with a counteroffer. Whatever you do, don't hide, crawl into your shell, and just drop out of communication. Step number 4, be honest. If you've got a bad habit of telling people what they want to hear and then not doing anything about it, stop the action. Be straight with yourself and call it like it is. That's lying. Now just quit. Make promises that you can fulfill. Go back to step number 1, in other words. When you operate with integrity and be someone people can rely upon, something interesting will happen in your world. You'll start to find that you're surrounded with people that you can rely upon as well. Be true to the things you say. It'll help you sleep easier at night, knowing that your conscience is clear. After all, a promise is a promise. I'd love to hear from you. Head on over to CherylHunter.com where the real conversation is taking place, and in the comments section below, let me know some of the things that you promise, and better yet, how do you keep those promises, particularly when it's difficult to do so. While you're there, sign up for my list to be kept abreast of things that I only send to people who have signed up. If you like this video, give it a thumbs up and share it with your friends and family, particularly anybody you know that's struggling with this themselves. Connect with me on social media. I'd love to stay connected. Thank you for being here. Have your life make a difference.